Hi guys, so today we are doing a daily race in Gran Turismo Sport at Interlagos in Brazil. We are going to be driving a BMW M6. It's a Group 3 car around Interlagos. So first we'll start with a normal lap around Interlagos. I'll show you the important places where it's going to get really technical and you might lose a lot of time if you get the placement wrong. So let's start. So we are starting this training lap just before the start finish straight. It's a long straight at Interlagos. And as you see, when it leads to the start finish straight, it's a left hander. We are placed at the extreme rightmost part of the track where we take all the curbs to go through the start finish straight. So now let's start the lap. So as you see, this is the start finish straight, a nice turn, lot of elevation changes. The track goes up, down, and yeah. So as we enter one of the most technical section of sector 1 in Interlagos, the Senna SS. So on the right you see the 50-meter board, and in front of that you see the double cones placed. So in between, somewhere close to the double cones, you start hitting the brakes, and as you approach the turn, you slowly take your legs out of the brake and align yourself to the leftmost part where you will get the curbs leading into turn 1. So yeah, I'm taking my legs very slowly off the brake, and at this point of the track I would be somewhere around third or second gear, and have to be very careful because this is the place for you to either overshoot the track if you carry a lot of speed in it. So yeah, this part of the circuit, the Senna SS, is highly technical, and you need to get it right to even get a decent lap. So as you see, now I'm taking all the curbs on the left hand side and on the right. So immediately after you take the left curbing, you quickly switch to the right, and then in this part of the track you should stick always to this curb on the left, so that you get the quickest way out of this particular turning, and there is a lot of time to be gained here. As you see, there is a little bit of understeer in my inputs, so I have reasonably positioned myself away from the curbing because I was carrying a too much speed into this portion of the track, and yeah, it's a mistake that I made. So this is another mini straight section, and again in this part of the track we are going to have the next turn that is again a left hander. So as a braking marker, in this point I take somewhere between 100 meters and the 50 meters board. So as you see, immediately after I pass the 150-meter board, there is this small tarmac on the right that joins the track. So that is a nice point to brake. You should brake in the straight line and quickly shift down to something like a second gear, or sometimes the third gear would also be good here. But I'm just not confident with the third gear at this point of the track. So as you see, I'm slowing down and I'm trying to use the incomplete width of the track, and I'll be taking the curbs that you see on the left, and to get a nice exit. And as I touch that apex point and my car slowly begins to straighten off, I would be applying or going on the throttle. So here at this point also, this is a very crucial section. If your car goes on the green portion of the track without getting pushed, then that's gonna be a track limit. So track limit warning. So you have to be very careful. That is the reason why I said in that previous corner you have to bring it down to second gear, because I'm always scared that I will overshoot, because sometimes the car is highly understeery. And as you see on the right, the green portion of the track, you can see a lot of tire markers. So there are already been a lot of people who went off the track to gain track limit warnings. So keep it very clean in this portion of the track. And as you align yourself towards the left, so just in front of me you see the car number 5 there, and the car number 5 there, when you reach that section, your car should be extremely towards the left. So I made a slight mistake in this portion. As I said, this portion could be really understeery. I would be lucky to get away without any track limit in this part of this lap. I'm quickly aligning myself towards the left. So as you see in front of me, there are people getting track limit warnings. And here at this point, I brake just on the 50-meter board. So right in front of us, you would have two corners. Theoretically speaking, you can treat both these two corners as a single corner, which means you can form sort of a semicircle going around these two corners and not straighten up between these two corners. You would see me doing that now. As you see, I'm forming some sort of a semicircle going through the two corners, and I literally want to treat both these two corners as a single corner with the apex somewhere here. So I would like to take this particular curbing completely, and we have nicely straightened up. So what we are going to see now is the sector 3 of Interlagos. This portion has a lot of elevation changes, so you have to be very careful before going on to the throttle, because if you are going in too early, the car might actually spin. As we go into this particular corner, I want to align myself as close as possible towards the curbings and then brake somewhere. I want to start braking from somewhere here. Nicely align yourself towards the right, and again in this portion, this is what I said, a lot of elevation changes, so it's downhill. You have to be partial on the throttle so that you are not taking too much revolutions into this portion of the track, and to prevent your car spinning. So straighten up. After you straighten up, you look to brake somewhere here. So in this portion, I want to brake and quickly align myself towards the right. As I said, again, a lot of elevation changes here. So in this corner, we have to be very precise with the braking, because this corner is going to be leading us towards the start finish straight. If we are getting the braking here wrongly, we would be losing a lot of time, because we would be losing time throughout the entire straight. In this case, I want to be braking somewhere in front of that 50-meter board, just in front of that 50-meter board, and I want to align myself towards the left, take the curbs. So as you see now, this is the point where I'll be braking, trying to align myself towards the left. And here, as you see on the right, there is a portion of the track where you would be tempted to use, like the portion of the track on the right to the curbing. But the risk is, if you are going to be too ambitious on that portion, there is a chance that you would get spun. So I want to be as safe as possible in this lap, because this lap is a part of a race. So hug to the left, hug the left curbs that you see here, and get and still stay on the left. So this is one complete lap around Interlagos. Now let us take a look at the race. The race itself was a daily race, as I said before, and I want to be taking you around this race. So we start at position 7, just behind this Russian that you see in front of me, and mm, there is a car that is placed right behind us. The person starting at 8, he has a nice livery on his car, that is designed like free Ukraine and stop the fight. Let us see if it gets juicy between the car that is placed immediately behind me and the Russian just in front of me throughout this race. So as you see, it's a rolling start in this race. Now we are off. The Senna SS brake just in front of the 50-meter board, and yeah, this is a die bomb. Getting a nice exit is very crucial here, but unfortunately there is understeer and the Russian is completely ahead in front of me. This is a chance for us to get in front of the Russian, and we are successful in doing it. So this is the car that I was talking about, that is in Ukrainian colors, and on the left, the car in position 7 is from the Russian. He's driving the Porsche. Things are already getting juicy right behind us, and Germany is comfortably in front of both of them. Yeah, okay. Okay, they are still fighting. Oh, the Russian is off. Oh, he's still fighting. Nice. The car with the Ukrainian colors has got a penalty and he's off the track. That's sad. Want to pull out the race info for all of you people. So we are comfortably running on position 6. Brake. Take this in third or second gear. There are already a lot of people getting penalties in front of us. When you begin practicing this track, you start spinning in sector 3 because of the elevation changes that's happening here. Accelerate, go, 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 go. Stay to the left. Again, stay to the left and go to the right as we are approaching. Brake, 50 meters before the start of the Senna assist. So if all your four wheels are on the green portion of the track, then you would be getting a penalty. So this is the first time we are getting a penalty in this race. The penalty system in this game is not so consistent because there are times when you go out of the track but still don't get a penalty. Accelerate. Go, 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 go. So we have another Spaniard chasing us in position 6, and we still have a penalty to serve in this race, which we will be forced to serve at specific portions of the track. I think in Interlagos it's mostly somewhere here that we would be forced to serve penalty. Yeah, so it's here. You see the yellow marker there? Our pace has been considerably reduced. It's very tough. That portion that you see there is very tough to get right in a race. So that's also the place where it was, if you remember, it's Max Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton dueling themselves last year in the Formula 1 races. With a Formula 1 car you can get it right, but if you have bad tires, then it's really tough to make that turn. So the Spaniard is chasing us down. I think that's a Peugeot. That's a Peugeot RCZ Group 3 car. Now we are starting the last lap. We have the Russian back at us. Remember, the Russian who started just in front of us is back. Let's see if he can get us. He's past the Spaniard there. That's going to be close. Finally, we have ended the race at position 5. I thoroughly enjoyed this race, one of the cleanest races. Although there were quite tense moments when I got the penalty and there was this Spaniard chasing us. Let us meet in some other race with some other track guide. See you all, guys.